don't have one.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Then I can't ask you to do a spot check on the back of your driver's license to see if your renewal date is due. That's something. Hey, fair. Do you know? I just
Where's
checked in my-
yours?
It's not in my pocket. I seem to have forgotten it at home. So today, if they stop me like that and I don't have my driving license, hopefully they will give me 24 hours to produce it.
24 hours.
Yes. That's what the law says they should do. But DVLA was there was some letter B that wasn't very clear some weeks ago, where it created the impression that actually you don't have 24 hours to produce it. You must have it on you, which is also in the law. The law says you must have it on you, But if you don't, you can be given 24 hours to produce it. So yeah,
I see you're
I don't
having
have
them
it on
back this morning to
yes,
discuss.
Yes, because people had lots of questions the last time. This licensing thing. It's not. There's a lot of information in there that we need that perhaps we don't have. And things about the renewal dates and so forth. Apart from your expiry date, you also have renewal dates in between. Every 2 years, you're supposed to go and do like an eye test or whatever to make sure that you are still eligible to drive.
Do people actually do that? Still?
Mine is due in September, so
Okay.
I'm planning for it.
I see.
I have to start going to the eye gym, every week to go and exercise my eyesight.
You're very compliant.
Yeah, I mean, last thing you want is to have problems with the law, So I'm definitely going to try and stick to it. But it's not a thing Ghanaians tend to prioritize,
Not at all.
which is not right.
And that's why I'm surprised you have taken it seriously. I mean,
Mm.
of course, it's the best thing to do, but
Yeah.
you don't hear people talk about it a lot.
Yeah. The problem is, if you don't take it seriously, then you start to see even more of these accidents on the roads, and no, we don't want that. We want to bring the numbers down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. These two gentlemen, I don't know if they have driver's license. This one he has.
Oh, he has. Or somebody who is able to go all the way to Winneba for Abuachiri and all of that.
Abuachiri or Kochira Abua. So do you have your license here?
No.
You don't have it here.
It's in my car.
What's it doing there?
Oh. That's the car I drive daily, so it's in it. And like the law says, it must always be with you. So the moment I enter the car, it's there.
Okay. That's what some people do.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was
Today
just
we're
gonna
getting
say,
into
in
it.
cases that, I mean, genuinely you forget and
Or for example, you're driving a different car.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a bit of a Anyway, today we get into it. But let's be grateful for the 6 a.m. news, which was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Time for the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, reduction in loan advancement by banks to delay investment plans of private sector players beyond 2023. We have details from Face Solutions. Also coming up, Institute of Economic Affairs calls for establishment of an independent parliamentary budget office to monitor the implementation of Ghana's monetary and fiscal policies, and city stability impacts on April inflation numbers as general prices of imported items drop. There's more coming up on the Joy Business Report. Stay with us. My name is Daryl. Kwawu. Thanks for being with us this morning. Most private sector players are expected to delay their investment plans beyond 2023, which will affect the country's economic growth in the near term. According to Face Solutions, this is due to the expected reduction in loans and advancements by the banks. The debt exchange program has had a toll on banks' balance sheets, thus reducing their incomes. Here's Mike Kuniga, senior country analyst for Sub-Saharan Africa, saying significant borrowing constraints would weaken investment plans for both banks and businesses.
We also believe that significant borrowing constraints for businesses and the government alike will weaken investment plans. Domestic banks will face significant pressure on their balance sheets in light of Ghana's domestic debt restructuring program, weakening their ability to issue loans to corporates and authorities. We therefore expect that many institutions will delay their investment plans beyond 2023, which obviously isn't great for the short-term growth outlook.
You had Mike Kuniga, the senior country analyst at Face Solutions. The Institute of Economic Affairs is calling for establishment of an independent parliamentary budget office to monitor Ghana's monetary and fiscal systems. This institute says will ensure stricter monetary and fiscal management systems to transform the economy. Addressing a group of civil society organizations, Director of Research Dr. John Kwawu said a parliamentary budget office is necessary in assessing and estimating the cost of government projects and programs.
We are calling for the establishment of an independent parliamentary budget office. That's what is normally called a fiscal council. Okay? In the US, they have a congressional budget office. In the UK, they have Office of Budget Responsibility, and others have fiscal councils. Now, the idea of a parliamentary budget office is that it is manned by independent professionals. They are not appointed by the president, and they work with parliament. They assist parliament in carrying out its oversight role. They should be independent professionals appointed by the Public Services Commission, not the president.
You had Dr. John Kwawu, who is Director of Research at the Institute of Economic Affairs. The city's stability against the US dollar continues to impact positively on other sectors of the economy. Data from the Ghana Statistical Services on inflation for April 2023 shows that the general price levels for imported items witnessed a significant drop to hit 43.1%. George Rafe has more.
Ghana Statistical Service data showed that from March to April this year, imported inflation dropped by almost 9%, a move that has been described by some analysts as a record development. It is also believed that the city's performance had played an important role in helping inflation rate for April 2023 decline to 41.2%. This is because some of these importers didn't require a lot more Ghana cedis to import the same value of items. This meant that they didn't pass on those costs to consumers in the form of higher prices. Others want us to believe that the global inflation numbers are also declining, so it's not really about the Ghana cedi stability. But for some, the biggest concern here is that can the stability be linked to positive developments in the economy or described as an artificial one? Again, will inflation rate continue dropping as the Bank of Ghana is even projecting that it will get below 29% by the end of this year? Also, when are we going to see these positive macroeconomic developments impact on consumers when it comes to price reductions in the area of transport fares and prices of some commodities on the market?
George Rafe with that report. Meanwhile, a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School, Kwawu, is urging the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana to reduce or maintain the policy rate due to the downward trend of inflation.
Yeah, so looking at it consecutively for 3 months, we have inflation coming down. And so for me, I would say that when the Monetary Policy Committee meets, they would look at these things that are happening and will maintain the rate as it is now and look at how it will affect the months that are coming. And so I do not see a change in the monetary policy rate.
Senior finance lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School, Kwawu. Now, manager for Asa Finance, Nanaya Osubanahene, is calling on banks and fintechs to leverage technology to create financial products that will ensure the quick and easy transfer of credit and loans to SMEs and other businesses. According to him, this is necessary to cushion small businesses as government works to restore the economy to good standing. He spoke at the Money Summit organized by the Business and Financial Times.
Within our sector, with the banking and fintech sector, what we are trying to contribute to is that what other venues are we going to contribute to the real sector in terms of giving out loans and also creating the necessary financial digital space for real businesses to be able to access financial services like credit and loans. So we will do that to support the government, but hopefully we hope the IMF deal or whatever the government is doing to stabilize the economy will come to pass. Technology is going to help to allow financial services to reach the last mile. Currently, we are able to transfer funds to the rural areas. What we are looking forward is to also transfer services like credits and loans to people who desperately need it, in terms of small SMEs who need the services. So technology is going to be the backbone, with fintechs working with banks to provide the services to them.
Country Manager for Asa Finance, Naya Osubanahene. The Executive Director of the World Trade Center, Accra, Edem Yevuche, has indicated that Ghana remains a good destination for trade and investment despite current economic challenges. According to him, many investors who were present at the 53rd General Assembly of the World Trade Center Association have expressed interest in investing in different sectors of Ghana's economy. He spoke to Joy Business.
Ghana's economy has been in the global media space for not the best reasons in recent times. However, what is true is that in the short to medium term, optimism is very high with respect to what Ghana's prospects are. But when we engaged with the participants in the General Assembly, we found that most people are quite clear that the challenges we face are just immediate and that in the near future. And so generally, Africa is a good draw for global trade and investment at the moment.
Executive Director of the World Trade Center, Kwawu Edem Yevuche. Now, the Ghana Tourism Authority says it will deepen its engagement with various stakeholders within the hospitality industry to lessen the tax burden on them. According to Chief Executive Kwesi Agyeman, it is imperative for hotel operators to contribute to the country's economic growth. He was speaking at the launch of the Alexander Palace Hotel apartment.
We need to find a way to harmonize it so that it lessens the burden on the operators. However, as we go along these conversations, and we've been involved in a lot of these conversations with the Hotels Association, with GATOF, and with Parliament, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism. So I know progress will be made. But till we get to that point, please, let's ensure that we are compliant with the laws that exist.
You had Kwesi Agyeman, who is Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority. Let's turn to the markets for you this morning. This morning on the commodity market, crude oil opened trading at $77 a barrel. Gold went up by more than $2 to open trading at $2,032 an ounce. Cocoa is selling at $3,026 a ton after increasing by $27. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedis 98 pesos on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 95 pesos. And the euro selling this morning at 13 cedis 5 pesos. And that's the Joy Business Report. Before we go, let's get our Investor Eye episode for today. Take a listen.
People should be curious, or prospective investors should be curious. The licensing is very important. Beyond that, is the entity even registered with Office of Register of Department? You should be curious. If you don't have any moral right to even do a market, so the public should also look out for registered companies with Office of Register of Companies.
All right, Zakaria Haruna Baba, Senior Manager in charge of Risk Management Department at the Securities and Exchange Commission. And in the Joy Business Report this morning, more news on our website, myjoyonline.com /business. My name is Daryl Kwawu. Thanks for doing the listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo Yankson. And I was just reading about the DVLA. I think last year they won the Best Public Sector Project of the Year. That's their smart driver license card in-house production.
Yeah.
So it should mean that acquisition of a driver's license should be easy.
Should be a lot easier now
because of the investments
in
technology. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's the purpose of technology, to make our lives easier. DVLA has really harnessed it well with that project. They deserve that win. I think at this point, really the big job for the DVLA is to communicate effectively with the public, you know, and let everybody understand what their role is in being a safe driver and being a certified driver. That's the thing. You have to be certified to drive, and that certification includes a process that requires you to keep being checked. You see,
exactly.
At least your vision, you know, It should be checked.
Keep being checked.
Yeah, so that we can all be a bit safer on the roads. But
I mean, some people think it's bothersome, but it's just for your safety.
Yeah, but then again, when if even at the time your license is being handed to you, these things are not explained, then how will you know? At what point while you are driving the car around are you supposed to suddenly acquire the knowledge that you are supposed to go and do these checks? The date is on the back of the thing, but on the front you have your expiry date. So it's very easy for some uninformed person to read the expiry date on the front and think, oh, I've got 4 years, I can drive for 4 years. But then there's an interval, 2 years, at which you're supposed to come and get checked. But if you have not been told this, and you don't make it a habit to read the back of your driver's license, I mean, I don't know who does that in their spare time.